Did you know videos like these are supported entirely from donations by people like you? It's true. If you'd like to help out and keep my wheels rolling, keep me wheels rolling, man, go ahead and click on the link down in the description, or I'll put something up on screen. You guys can check it out. You can do PayPal, you can do YouTube members every month, or you can do a YouTube super thanks, the little heart-shaped thing down next to the like button. Throw me a few bucks every now and then, that would be great. Help me buy lately tires and tires and tubes, or maybe food like Cliff Bars or cheeseburgers or something like that. It does make life a little more bearable out on the road. But anyway, as always, thanks for your support, and stay tuned. Back to the show. Oh, there it is. I got it just as it came up. I was like, it's gonna be soon. I literally just hit record as I saw the bright spot. Cool. Alright, it's about 20 after 6 on the 14th of August, so that's a Sunday. I think I got that right. I got about 350 miles to home, approximately. There's 625 there. We had 53 last night. Look at that, 53. So that means it had, it was at 53 about an hour before sunset, so it had a lot more time to equalize while it was still charging. So we are completely full. That is awesome. We get to start off going downhill today for a change. I don't think that's going to last very long, but... And this was kind of neat. On the horizon, there's a whole bunch of windmills, like all the way across. And last night, I happened to look over, and they all have a red strobe light on the top, right? So the planes don't run into them. And the strobes were all in unison, so it's like they all blinked at the same time, except for one. There was one that was out of sequence, and I'm not sure. That was kind of weird, but I just happened to look over and they go, boop. I was like, whoa, it's like a picket fence over there, except it's 100 feet high or something. So that's pretty cool. And the moon was huge last night. Not full. It was full the night before, I think, but just as I was going to fall asleep, probably about 11 o'clock, I stayed up watching a video, and happened to look at towards the east, and the moon was just coming up, and it was just super bright. Every time I'd wake up, it'd be like, is it daylight? Nope, just the moon. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick breakfast and load up and get out of here. This will be 100 times better than yesterday because I can actually pull the bike across this soil and not have to unload everything to get it out of here. So that'll make things a lot nicer. Also, just before I fall asleep last night, I'm already in bed and just closing my eyes, a car comes up the hill, turns in the driveway, shines the lights on me, and then goes back down the hill again. And I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, I had to kind of listen to see if it was going to come back, and it never did, I don't think. And I was just like, that's just, rude. Like, I'm completely not hiding here, This time it's like, well, I didn't see, this was such an easy place to pull into. I didn't feel like going through the trouble of dragging it through all the grass again like the time before, But I'm like, well, whatever. But they stopped just long enough for, it's like, my thought was, I wonder if they were thinking they were going to stop here or something, or what, because I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. The hard thing about the last few days, it has not been very cold, but there's been mosquitoes, and so I'm completely, that's a weird, it's more of the sun than anything. Yeah. So I'll end up wearing my toque pulled down and then my neck gaiter covering as much skin as I can. And I don't think the mosquitoes are crawling into the sleeping bag, so it's just whatever skin is poking out. And it's like I don't need the toque. Anyway, just if I don't have exposed skin, I don't get as many bites. And I hate using mosquito spray because I don't have enough water to wash it off in the morning, so that'd be really gross. It's bad enough not getting a shower for a few days. So yeah, same with sunscreen. I'm not gonna wear sunscreen unless I can wash it off again. Huh. So I've got probably enough water to fill up my 2 drink bottles, and then I've still got 2 liters of water in the other bottles that I kind of hang on to for just in case. I didn't drink very much last night until after sunset, just about. That way I wouldn't sweat it out again as fast. So, a little bit short, but not too bad. And with full charge, I don't have to work as hard. So that'll help. And then I'll get to, there's a mini mart or something about 30 miles from here. And I think there's going to be a few towns between here and Alamogordo. I think Alamogordo is about 130 miles. So what I'm hoping to do, one, get going as early as possible because right now the wind isn't blowing. 2, the wind was supposed to be less today than it was yesterday. I was getting up to 10 miles an hour headwind. So I had to use a lot more power just to keep going. And so I didn't want to do that too late yesterday because then I'd pull the battery down more and I wouldn't have enough time to get a full charge. So today I should be able to really go far because I don't have as much headwind. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So if I can get closer to a 70-mile day, which I haven't been doing lately. Also, it's been warm but not exceptionally hot. So I think it was only in the mid 80s yesterday, so it's not like 100 or anything like that. So that's good. Probably the last few days when I get down by El Paso, it'll be pretty hot. So, but when I get down there, between El Paso and home, there's like 3 or 4 dollar stores in 100 miles. So I can stop and get what I need every time, and as long as, yeah, it's like Fort Hancock is the last dollar store, and then it's 50 miles to home. So I'll try to plan that out. It would be kind of funny if I can hit the same stops that I made the last couple times I was out that way. So coyotes. A couple times last night they were yipping. It's like, ooh, how close are they? That'll be it. I'll survive everything else and get rabies from a stupid coyote or something like that. Most of the coyotes are so skittish you never see them. They're very careful to stay away from you, but they aren't very far away. Yeah. Anyway, breakfast and hit the road. Go. Okay, 7:53, getting ready to roll. All loaded up. It's just about empty. All of the water I take that back. I've got the 2 1-liter bottles that I have still. But all the water that was in the gallon jugs are in my water bottles, so should have enough. Not extra, but we got enough. No wind at the moment where I am. Full battery. So by leaving early, I don't get any solar on the panels, but I've got enough in the battery to push for a couple hours. And by then we should have enough sun hitting the panels, so then it'll even out again. That's kind of the way it works out. Yeah. And I think the mini mart I saw was about 30 miles ahead. I just realized today's Sunday, so hopefully they're open on Sunday. Otherwise, we'll have to improvise, figure something out. What do you do? I mean, I'm not going to carry 5 gallons of water. That would just be so heavy I couldn't move. So. Well, according to the GPS, I've gone almost exactly 3 miles since camp. Okay, don't disturb the hole. Take a little hike here. Just wanted to get a landscape. We're doing some rolling hills just to get warmed up. Not too hard. Windmills. It's just beautiful. More hills, more windmills, lots of trees, moon. Kind of a red soil here. Pretty cool. There, giddy up go. Alright, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Not much of a breeze, which is good. Landscape totally changed. We got virtually no trees at all. I think some of the ones along the road are what was planted maybe as, I don't know. There is a few. But most of these are kind of a cactus. I've got some of these on my property. Mine don't look this nice though. So there's obviously been a lot more rain here. The grass is growing pretty good. But virtually no trees at all. You can kind of, maybe you can see it on the horizon. There's kind of a line of dark green where the trees are growing. Not too many houses on this road either. So that's kind of weird. The road yesterday, day before, I guess it was, there was a lot more mailboxes along the road. I don't really see much here. Just kind of a difference. This is Highway 54. We're going to take this all the way into El Paso. It's about 220 miles from here to El Paso. And then 100 from there to home. Yeah, chipping away. Alright, it's about 11:25. Just leaving the small town of Vaughn, V-O-H-H-N or H-N or something like that, G-N, something like that. About 3/4 of the businesses are closed, but there was a couple convenience stores. Truck stop on the opposite end of town. There was also a Conoco I could have stopped at. Anyway, I picked up 3 gallons of drinking water, about $1.50 a piece. It's a little high, but you know, we're not at Walmart, so take what you get. I think that's the first time on this trip I've taken 3 gallons at once. I was down to about half a liter of water when I came into town. So, about as close as you want to get by. But at the same time, it doesn't do any good to carry extra water. You know, just carry what you need until you can get to the next one. So, I dumped 1 gallon into all my bottles. Then I saved the other 2 full gallons in the bottles, and I've got 2 empty 1 gallon jugs that I can use if I see a place to fill up. So, a little bit of clouds, not really a factor. A little bit of breeze, not too bad. The last few miles coming into town, I went 500 watts instead of 250 just to get into town faster. And I figured if I had more power, I wouldn't be as thirsty. Kind of worked, plus I got here faster. So now we can dial it back. I'm gonna go as hard as I can today, or as far as I can. My goal is 70, because I got 200 miles to El Paso, so if I can do 70 for 3 days, I'll get to El Paso in 3 days basically. So we'll see how we do. A little bit of climbs today, and then I think we start dropping down. So tomorrow we should be able to hit pretty good miles. It's kind of funny coming into town. There was about, I don't know, like 3 junctions coming into town and 2 or 3 coming out. This is a major crossroads here. Out in the middle of nowhere, but all the roads seem to come here. One mountain in the middle there. Well, at least it's not coal. I just always thought these, I mean, I guess this probably just reminds me of every Western ever. These little tabletop mountains. Contrast that with our windmills. Kind of cool. Getting more clouds now. It's starting to affect solar, but it's in and out, so it's not complete coverage yet. Just getting tired, so I figured I'd stop for a bit and take a break and eat some snacks. It is about 1:25 or so. Yeah, when the sun comes back out, it'll get up to about 100 or better. If I can see. Yeah, 53 when we got no sun, it jumps up and down. So I was kind of playing with an experiment, and I don't know if I just completely forgot my numbers or whatever, but I thought, okay, if I can run faster, there's about 25 miles to the top of a hill, and that should be the highest point between here and home. After that, it's more or less, I mean, it's going to be ups and downs, but that'll be the highest point. We're going to cross about 7,000 feet again, but we're at 6,200 now, so it's not much higher. So that's about 20 or 30 miles from here. If I can hit that today, that'll end up putting me over 60 miles for the day, plus that'll be at the high point. And then tomorrow I should be able to just go zooming. We'll go through Alamogordo probably tomorrow. So I'm trying to set up for that. And then the next day should have me into and through El Paso if I can maintain the speed. I'm looking to see if I can do 70-mile days again. If I can do that, I'll be home in about 5 days, something like that. So I'm trying to push it a little bit for that, but I pulled the battery down and then the clouds hit. Yeah, now I got 160 watts, and a few minutes ago I had 50. So it's just all over the place. But if it's not too hilly, I can set my cruise at about 150 watts. So that's what I'm trying to do now. After running 500 watts for about half an hour and then just nuking the battery, I'm like, okay, I can't do that. But on the other side, it got me, an extra 10 miles closer, so. All right, 1:55 p.m. I got 46.6 volts and 146 watts coming in. So I just want to see how long it takes to fill up. I was going to push it at least another hour. I'm just I'll be looking at the numbers and pedaling and trying to make a speed, and it's just not happening. So I was pushing too much battery before. Now I'm kind of hooked on it, so I can't just stop. So rather than beating myself up, I found a really cool little pull-off. It's kind of like, an empty lot where the DOT guys would have parked their equipment when they're doing construction. So it's semi-paved, it's off the road, it's got easy access, it's not marked, it's highway land, it's flat, it's perfect. So we'll sit here for a bit, or till tonight, till tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking if I stop now, I'll get a decent amount of charge because I am in the sun. I took a little break a couple minutes ago, and I really wasn't getting any sun. So if I don't stop, I won't get the sun. I don't know if that'll show up. Yeah, kind of. Not big clouds. There's lots of room in between them, so. All right, pretty harsh lighting. It's too close to noon to stop, but I'm getting tired. I'm like, you know what? If I push myself too hard, I'll be like cranky tonight. So if I just stop now and take a break, if I feel really good in a couple hours, I might hit the road again. But it's only 2 o'clock now. So if I just take a lunch break now and give myself the option to take a nap, that'll be cool. But if I do decide to stay here for the night, we're here already, and it's a really good little spot to pull off. So I'm just going to go with that. I'll make it up on the next day or two. Or not, you know, whatever. If I get home a day later or a day sooner, not a big deal. Yeah. I was laughing. Oh, and before I forget, thanks to all the people that are sending me money. Had a longtime supporter, Joseph. I've got two people of Josephs. Two Josephs, good to have a spare. Sent me another $50 today, so thank you very much. And I was looking, I got my YouTube payday will be about the day I get home, of course, you know. So anything I need between now and then, I just gotta hope I can make it last. And then I'll get home and I'll have some money, which then I can use to buy food for when I'm at home. You know, that's kind of how it's gonna be. So, yeah. The way it looks right now, pondering, I'll get home, take the solar off the trailer, strip the trailer down. If the trailer seems like it does okay getting down the bumpy road, I'll run back to the post office with the same trailer and not do any changes. I mean, just take all the solar off the trailer, take all the stuff off the trailer, but use the trailer and the hitch as it is. Get back to the post office. I mailed myself a bunch of packages. That might be 2 trips, but I don't need the solar for that. So if I can just strip it all down, you know, don't carry 5 gallons of water, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Plan B is the black bike. I think I'd set up for one of the trailers. The old rusty bike I had modified to use with the one-wheel trailer. Neither of those do I have anymore. The rusty bike got abandoned. Well, I threw it in a dumpster when I got the new bike, and the one-wheel trailer got left in China Lake. That at least got recycled. I happened to meet a guy that was digging metal out of a dumpster. So I said, hey, sometime tonight I'll be done with this trailer. So by morning it was gone. So odds are he at least, you know, took it to a place that can, you know, give him a few dollars for it or something. But anyway, that's it. I'm tired. I'm going to sit down. Enjoy the breeze now that I'm off the bike. It's a nice gentle breeze. When I'm on the bike, it's a headwind. So that's the last thing. If I can get moving first thing in the morning, I can get 2 or 3 hours of pretty fast riding before the wind gets me, and that makes it all work. You know, otherwise it's just a slog. So I think that's kind of it, is ride as fast as I can first thing in the morning and then slow down in the afternoon. And then hope when I get to El Paso that I got a tailwind going home. That's one of the things I remember from at the ranch and between the ranch and El Paso. Usually there the wind runs predominantly east-west. I'm going towards the south now. But down there the wind tends to go east-west, and it tended to run one direction for a few days and then it would flip and go the opposite direction. Sometimes it would flip in the same day. So if you had a headwind one day, just wait a day. It'll be a tailwind the next day if you can afford to wait. So hoping that holds. That would be nice. Okay, that's it. No more talking. Bye for now.